Thanks for joining us tonight, friends. I'm Jonathan Martinez.
I'm Mandy Noel, and one of the most important elections in the city's history in the hands of voters tonight. It's been a busy election day already. Sky 4 capturing exclusive aerials above voting sites across the city with long lines as voters decide on two propositions that could shape the future of downtown for decades to come.
Yeah, one is part of the funding plan for a new downtown Spurs arena. The other would make improvements to the Frost Bank Center along with the Freeman Coliseum for the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. And in this election, we have already seen a historic turnout for early voting.
Bexar County election officials say as of 3 p.m., over 60,000 people have showed up to vote just today, and they're expecting that number to grow. News 4 San Antonio's Taylor Warrenby joins us live from the northeast side where there's been a significant turnout. Taylor, how is it out there?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here at the Brook Hollow Library, where this has been the busiest voting center so far. Take a look over here. This is the entrance, but it wraps around the whole building. Now, we have been here since around 2 p.m. and it has been steady with people flowing in and out. You can see cars coming in and out, trying to look for parking spots. We had to drive around about 1 or 2 times before we got a spot. Now, people tell me they only had to wait about 15 to 30 minutes, but it's picking up as more people come out to cast their ballot. After months of debate, Bexar County voters are making the final decisions on the ballot propositions, which could transform San Antonio's sports and entertainment scene.
I understand both sides. I really do. I understand people have been burned before and people don't want to get burned again. But I also understand the people that say that without business, all the rest of the things go away.
Well, I think we
I voted no.
And I vote yes. So I think it just depends on how you see it.
Many expressing pride for voting in an election that could shape the future of San Antonio and the Spurs.
What brought me out was the Spurs wanting money for the new arena. They have, I do not agree with that, and I didn't want money going to waste for nothing.
According to the Bexar County Elections Department, more than 140,000 residents voted early. That's more than double the early voting turnout during the last off election in 2023.
Well, turnout for the early vote was somewhere around 11-12%, which was a little bit higher than expected. Nonetheless, not great. We'll see what election day numbers will show.
John Taylor, political science chair and professor at UTSA, projects election day turnout might reach 15 to 17%. And says he's uncertain about the final outcome.
I don't always trust my gut, but nonetheless, gut feeling would be it passes, but it may not pass by a lot, which explains why you've seen such a blitz in advertising in the last week or so.
Now, you still have time to get out here and become one of these people in line to cast your vote. Now, the polls are open to 7 p.m. Reporting live from the northeast side, I'm Taylor Warrenby, News 4 San Antonio.
All right, Taylor, thank you so much for that. All eyes are on Props A and B, which would use venue tax money to revamp the arena. Rodeo officials say Prop A could bring the Western industry to San Antonio year-round. There are some of the designs already in the works for this reimagined area. The venue tax money would help revamp the Freeman Coliseum along with the Frost Bank Center. If the Spurs end up moving out of the Frost Bank Center, though, rodeo officials say they don't plan on going anywhere.
This is our home. We intend to stay here. We will take care of these grounds.
No matter what the outcome of today's election, I, as county judge, have made a commitment to revitalize the east side. So we will continue to develop the projects.
It's estimated that a year-round activation on these grounds could pull in more than $760 million each and every year.
Then there's Prop B, which would direct $311 million of county venue tax to help pay for a new Spurs arena downtown. The arena would be built on the site of the former Institute of Texan Cultures, which has been demolished. The Spurs have run an money will not come from their property taxes.
The last-minute message to all San Antonians and Bexar County residents is get out and vote for a project that is funded by visitors to San Antonio, and all overruns are paid for by the Spurs.
Prop B would increase Bexar County's portion of the tax on hotel rooms. The county would also use its portion of the tax on rental cars.
But not everyone is in favor of Prop B. People from the group Cops Metro have been the loudest voices to speak out against spending so much money on a new downtown arena. Even though the venue tax is primarily paid by out-of-town visitors, they say there are other priorities the city and county need to address.
saying no. We're the third poorest city, and we need these monies for us, for Bexar County families. We need to invest in us in living wage jobs and in infrastructure around the area.
Cobbs Metro has questioned the economic impact a new arena would have, citing a lack of development that was never realized around the Frost Bank Center on the east side.
And on the national election front now, a lot of eyes on New York City tonight. That's where voters are taking to the polls in a mayoral race that's drawing national attention. Melissa Vega is tracking it from the live desk.
It's no ordinary election. From California to Florida, people are closely watching as the country's largest city weighs in on issues that resonate nationwide. Affordability, public safety, even America's stance to the conflict in Gaza, all colliding into one political mayoral showdown. We have been following a live picture from New York, one of the voting sites there. This is putting former governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, who is running as an independent against Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani and Republican Curtis Selwa. Now, the winner will succeed former New York City Mayor Eric Adams in a surprise move, though. President Trump, who has largely stayed off the campaign trail, with a last-minute endorsement for Cuomo, putting energy into the final hours of voting. And political experts are saying that never has a New York City mayor's race drawn this much attention. And over in California, there's a ballot measure seeking to redraw lines to add Democratic seats to Congress to counter President Trump's redistricting push in states like Texas. Mandy?
Thanks, Melissa. Yeah, News 4 will have complete coverage of all the races in the counties in our viewing area tonight and updates on everything nationally. As soon as the polls close, we'll bring you up to the minute returns online on news4sa.com with push election alerts from the News 4 app. We'll also have live updates here on News 4 and live coverage of all the big races and important votes on downtown development tonight on News 4 at 10.